welcome to my Ninjago news video for the latest information that we have gathered from the Ninjago team that is official, which is for Ninjago Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. I keep going to go say Forgotten. Anyway, it's been a while, I know, since I made my last news video, mainly because I had other stuff I needed to do, and well, that kind of trumps this. However, you know, I will try and get more into doing stuff, and if there are past stuff that you want to hear my thoughts on, like for this wave and even for previous waves, but actually for this wave, let me know in the comments below, and I will eventually try and get to them. But anyway, so for the new season of Ninjago, the information has been revealed to us, and it is not a reboot. It is not a spin-off. It is part of it is a continue on from March of the Oni. Okay? It's a new chapter, so it's a completely new thing. Like, in that way, it's completely new. The other one was the end. That's why I said the end. It was the end of that entire chapter. The Oni chapter, the chapter before, all that is one whole chapter now. So you can put that like if you're reading a book. And this is a new chapter. That's basically how you should look at it. It's a whole new chapter. Now also, just because it's an all new chapter, that does not mean that we will not get, mentions and references and all that from the previous seasons and the previous Ninjago chapter. Okay. They have said that this new season will be, for long-time viewers, the season will be new and familiar at the same time. They have got, more deep cuts with this season. They will have recurring characters, which technically they said they would have recurring characters in, the previous seasons as well, and they never did. For example, Scarlet was meant to be a recurring character, and she did recur, but not as much as people expected. So, don't expect much with that. I'm not saying it, just these are facts here. And references to the past, which, previous season did this too. I mean, this is not really new information. If you're going to have a show, you have to have references to the past. However, with these references to the past, what I mean by that, and also previous undisclosed lore for ancient Ninjago history, which, again, that right there worries me about continuity errors. Really does. I could go on for hours with the information we know from the sets, and this, I can go on for hours about how continuity is going to be have large effects in this season. However, I'm not going to do that because that will take forever, and we're just going to move on. So anyway, we're just going to move on to what's happening this season, whether it has continuity or not. And it will. Okay, so for the Ancient Ninjago thing, it's, from what we've seen from the sets, the box sets, and all the stuff that's going to be in the sets, it's going to have to do with this fire snakes. And the pyramid temple, the snake temple, that we remember seeing back in Season 2. Which, if you remember, had the Fang Blade in it, and Python wanted to get when he was collecting it. That was the pyramid. And if you also remember, for the references to the past events, if you also remember that, what Cole said about Clutch Powers, which was an Easter egg for another thing which has nothing to do with Ninjago. However, the name is part of Ninjago, whether it was an Easter egg or not. So, with that said, basically, Cole mentioned it. It's part of Ninjago's history, and he went in a temple. And since that temple is on the box picture, I have a strong feeling that it will have a strong connection to this new season because of the fire snakes and because the pyramid being a part of it. And it would make sense since the fire snakes in the new sets kind of look very Egyptian, so it would make sense. But anyway, moving on. With that, basically, there's also been leaks, a leak of a certain Clutch Powers minifigure, a new Clutch Power minifigure that will be in a battle pack, which is not really part of the official sets, but looking at all the information here, and that he may appear in the series. He'll be older, but he may appear. Which, I'm not... A lot of people are like, how's that work, blah blah blah, and everything. It's like, well, Cole mentioned him. It was just an Easter egg. So what, because this movie has nothing to do with Ninjago, but Cole still mentioned him, which means he's part of Ninjago history. Looking at all the information we have, it wouldn't be that much of a stretch to put him in the show. Maybe the ninjas meet up with him because they need his help to find out more about this, because he's an archaeologist, which means he explores ancient temples and ancient history of Ninjago. Simple as that. Which means he'll probably be a lot more like Indiana Jones' character for Ninjago. That's kind of what he was in the original too. So, that's basically how I would suggest he enters the show as an official character now. That way. Because it would make sense. It would make more sense than however they're going to do it. If they don't do it like that, and they do it in a very annoying way, I'll be very annoyed. Like, my way, I don't expect it to be exactly like my way, but just in general. Also, there's also, if you remember back in season 2, so this season seems like it's going to have a lot of references to season 2 and all that, season 1 I should say, with the whole serpentine thing, because of the temple. And if you actually remember, when they went to the museum looking for, I forget what they were looking for, or what they were doing. They were looking for some statue. It was back in Gums that had Mega Weapon, I'm pretty sure. They've been to the museum so many times now, it's just kind of hard to remember. I do remember, I'm pretty sure it's the Mega Weapon one, with the Grundle, which is the dead dinosaur. Ooh, you know what? I want to see more Grundles in Ninjago. So they're going to go deep into the history. They have to do Grundles. But we'll get to that later. But never mind. I mean, I might make another video on some history things that I think should appear in Ninjago now. Also, more about what I think history in Ninjago should be. If people want to see that. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So anyway, if you remember going in there, they actually saw a painting on the wall of 17 and kind of like, boy, did they get that wrong. I think Scale said that. If you remember, that one kind of looked a lot like a mixture between them with the staff, and like, it was wrong, but maybe that might be a reference to the fire snakes that people were pointing out. And I do see that. But back then, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with fire snakes. Fire snakes are a new idea. They would not have had that idea back then. Just so you know, ideas get added into the show as time goes on. Doesn't mean they have it back then. Same as Gamadan's powers. Originally, Gamadan wasn't supposed to have powers. But, so anyway, so that's, that's what I was doing. So anyway, with that said, that's basically, what's happening for the new season and all that. So as they said, long-time fans will get references. So because of all this information where it says long-time fans will feel new plus familiar for this new season, and there will be reoccurring characters more into ancient Ninjago. All that is basically what comes to mind, because that is old Ninjago. Alright, so another thing about this is new information that we got for the new season. As I said, it's not a reboot, not a spin-off. It's just a brand new adventure, brand new chapter, all that, a fresh beginning, etc. So, that's how you think of it, like new chapters. The March of the Oni said the end because it was the end of the chapter, and this is a new chapter, stuff like that. But also, like, even if you are a part of Ninjago, this whole first season will be, as they say here, a fun and fast refresher. Which again, I don't really need a refresher. And also, but with the whole them saying that, it kind of makes sense that the first episode kind of has them being lazy and then Wu having to retrain them, which is kind of repetitive, but that's them saying fast and fun refresher, which isn't really fun, but it is a fast refresher. That's probably why. No, it's not, but that's what comes to mind. And although this is a new, refresher as well, like a new season, a new chapter in the album. So chapter and it's at the end. If you remember, at the end of the episode, which was and all that, even though that was the 100th episode, including the pilot, they need to do another 100th episode for the one not including the pilot and for the official 100th episode. And hopefully they haven't reset the numbers to 1, 2, 3 again for this new chapter, because I want to say officially, I want to see the words episode 100 and then tell you how they start. I want to see that, and I also want a wedding episode. I've said this before and I've said it again. I want Jay and Nia to actually have a wedding episode. Okay, so here's some not so great news, at least for me, and I don't know who else, but I'm assuming a fair bit of people since they did complain about it a lot. So, the new season obviously marks the beginning of a new chapter. With this, since like the old chapter, the March of the Enemy before, heavily tied to 22 minutes, as they're saying, as their format for TV. This new season will be only 11-minute episodes. And let me just say this now. I'm not thrilled about this. I really am not. I mean, 11 minutes? Are you guys crazy? You're going to get people complaining online about this. I wouldn't be surprised if people are complaining right now after reading this. Because 11 minutes. I mean, people have been complaining since season 8, pretty much, when the community got all active online, about how this season being 22 minutes the 22 minutes was too short for them. It's like, so shortening the episodes probably wasn't your brightest move. I mean, sure, you've decided to make the seasons longer, being 30 episodes now, from what we got on this as well. They said that there will be 30 episodes. Or, there's going to be more episodes, but you've shortened the episodes, so it's not really longer. It's not really, making more episodes does not really help if you shorten the damn episode. It's like, come on, people. I mean, this was a bad mistake, and I hope you fix it for the next season, because 22 minutes wasn't long enough for some people. They were complaining. Okay? And in some ways, sometimes they were a little too short. Sometimes. No, not all the time. For me. But, I mean, so shortening the episodes and extending how many episodes is not really helping. If anything, it's still the same length. So it's like, people, seriously? So I'm not thrilled about the whole them changing to 11 minutes instead of 22 minutes. I'm actually not thrilled about that. Even if there are more episodes, I'm not thrilled about the short episodes. It's just, you can't, it just feels like they're going to compact. I mean, it's going to be a hot mess for that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm liking it there's more episodes, but I wish there was more episodes and 22-minute episodes. So anyway, their excuse for it is, the 11-minute episodes allows them for new and creative possibilities. That and, storytelling. Let me just say this. That is completely wrong. I don't care what you say. I mean, it does not work like that. First of all, the best way to do more creative stuff is not have your seasons so close together. Have them a year apart. I don't care if the fans don't want to wait. If you're true fans, you'll wait. I certainly will wait, because I'd rather wait a year than get more time to think of what they're going to do and actually not screw up the continuity and so forth. So, yeah. No, the creative possibilities, it's kind of wrong to me. I mean, it's just 11 episodes, not going to work for me. I could go on for hours about how this is just a bad idea. Another reason they're shortening the episode is because of their growth of the story formats, exciting story formats for like comics and in-world books and all that, and more, etc. So, with that, alright, the comics and books are cool, but it does not make out. It does not make up for the fact that you're shortening the episodes. The shortening episodes does not balance it out at all. Not one bit. It still works a little bit more, man. If you, how about you put the stuff into the episode instead of having them in a comic? Because I'm not a fan of the books being canon sometimes. It depends on the story. Some of them are just annoying. Also, I hate side stories with the main stories in books because they break continuity even more. So again, you can do the comics and then wear books, but you can't just shorten the episode still. It's still annoying. So, again, as I said, I can go for hours for how this is not the right thing to do. The only thing that would make me a little bit more happy is if the comics and books, since you're saying, it will extend the Ninjago universe, if it will connect with Chima, Nixon Knights, and other properties, and stuff like that. Even if they're not popular, I would like to see them connected. However, even if you do that, the 11-minute episodes does not solve the issue with 11-minute episodes. I'm sorry, but it just doesn't work. It just... So here it also says their ambitions was to keep Ninjago compelling and interesting and continue the popularity of the Ninjago. That is not solved with 11-minute episodes. Or okay, that if you want to know how to keep the compellingness, keep doing good stories. You don't have to change how long the episodes are. Alright, anyway, I'm over that. I'm not over it, but anyway. So obviously that's pretty much everything to say. Yep, there's going to be 30-minute episodes, as it says right here. I'm looking down at the information here. And it's shortly after Ninjago. Basically it's after a short vacation time. Well, at least the ninjas go to vacation. Although, can we get a mini series of them on vacation? That'd be awesome. Yeah, just kidding. Kind of. And so yeah, that's basically that. So anyway, basically, as they also officially announced, the season teaser, the official season teaser, will be released on May 26th. So make sure you mark your dates for the official teaser release, which will be then. And if it's anything like the teaser that was leaked before, it will, it might be the exact same teaser, but just heightening quality. Because remember, that one was leaked, so the quality was low because it was actually not meant to be leaked. But anyway, that does it for my news video. I'm sorry, I had a lot to say about the 11-minute episodes, but I'm just not happy about it. In the comments below, let me know what you think of the new episode times. I mean, the pilots were 11 episodes, but that was the pilot, and now they're going back to that. It's like, it doesn't work. So anyway, as I said, make sure you let me know what you think of 11 episodes, and I will see you with more Ninjago news videos. Let me know about anything you want to hear, and I will try my best to get to it as fast as possible. Anyway, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.